publishing money coming in for a lot of people. And so there's a few people, few artists that still sell a pretty good amount of records, and they'll be getting publishing money from that. But the legal side of things, I'm not sure what he's referring to, but when it comes to getting licensing and stuff like that, there's things that are required when you want to be able to use music in a film, or certain things. You have to get certain licenses if you want to put music with a picture. There's a sync right and a sync fee and all that kind of stuff. But it's a complicated business, but it's harder and harder for artists to make any real money from it. And I'll give you an example. If you are a fan of streaming music, which most people, that's how they deal with music these days, they don't really understand that they don't own music anymore. They're just renting music. And the people that are renting you the music didn't buy it to rent it to you. So if you had to, let's say you wanted to rent a car to someone, you'd have to buy the car before you could rent it to them. If you want.
All right, and let's talk about streaming. All right, so how much money does 100,000 streams make? You can Google it. $400. So, but that's if you own the masters. If you're an artist signed to a label, the label gets that $400 and you're getting a percentage from that. That money has to be taxed. It takes about 7,000 streams per day for the entire year just to make minimum wage $20,000. So it's a lot of factors that go into play. And Dweezil Zappa, he's the son of Frank Zappa. If you don't know who Frank Zappa is, you should be ashamed of yourself. But basically, if you're not doing concerts on a regular basis, if you're not selling merch, then you're not really making any any money from music. See, back in the days, you could, let's talk about Houston, the rap scene. A lot of Houston rappers were only successful in that region. Houston, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana. They would do shows only in that region, but they were selling millions of records and making millions of dollars, even though nobody else outside the country heard of them. And that's because they had a wholesale distributor. You go to the distributor, you say, hey, I got an album. That distributor knows that you're successful in this local area, so they'll say, okay, we'll print up 100,000 of your albums, and we'll give it to our network of stores, record stores. And you give them a percentage, and when your album is pressed up, they're putting it in all of these different record stores in Texas, Mississippi, Georgia, Louisiana, right? Each record store might order 10,000 copies, 5,000 copies, and once they sell those, they get another 10,000. The distributor gives the records on consignment, so they pay after they sell them. And when that money comes in, usually after about 90 days, hundreds of thousands of dollars are generated, and that artist isn't even national. Those days are gone, and that's just independent. The major thing, basically music is on a decline, has been for 20 years. So if you really want to support an artist, if they have physical copies or merch, buy that. Peace.